Welcome back to the Randomizer. I've got another set of games to demonstrate for you guys today. As per usual, this set consists of 3 games, all of which are free. Those are the only rules for this series, of course. Anything that costs even a cent is automatically disqualified from appearing in this series. Today's Randomizer video does follow a particular theme, though. Every game I'm going to be showing off today was submitted as an entry for the recent Ludum Dare 41 Game Jam. And all of them are browser-based as well, which means you can just play them in your browser. Downloading them is not required, but I believe all of them give you the option to do so regardless. Now, the theme of Ludum Dare 41 was to combine 2 incompatible genres. So essentially, the goal was to take 2 video game genres that, in theory, should not work as a hybrid, considering those 2 genres have pretty much nothing in common with one another, and try to make the fusion work in practice. The first game we're going to be checking out is called Peace. That's how the title is pronounced, but that's not the way it's spelled. The letter A is stylized as an @ symbol, so this game basically follows the same naming convention as Brutal, which is another game I played on my channel a really long time ago. It's not really important in the slightest, well, aside from the fact that it uses a similar art style as this game. So the best way I can describe Peace is that it's like a Super Meat Boy style 2D platformer with the graphics of Dwarf Fortress. Or to put it in layman's terms, it's a difficult platformer that uses an ASCII art style. Does the blend of genres work in Peace's favor? Well, I would say it does, because I've actually played the game quite a bit off screen already. I didn't get to the ending though, and I don't plan on getting to the ending in this video either, because I don't want this video to take forever. So let's just press the down arrow key, because that's how we enter the first room right here, and that's also how we enter new rooms in general. So the controls are pretty simple. You use the left and right arrow keys to move around. You can press the up arrow key to jump. As you can see, your little @ symbol buddy does all sorts of tricks in the air when he jumps. Sometimes he does a front flip, he does a back flip. Oh, okay, yeah. He does, like, sometimes a horizontal backflip, a vertical backflip. It seems to be completely random, though. There doesn't seem to be a particular way that you can trigger a specific backflip. Oh, no, that's not a flip he did right there. That was like a 360. Oh, no, he's performing some 360s as well. Yeah, he's just freestyling like a pro right here. Like a true champion. And then he just slides on the ground like he's a hockey puck on an ice rink. Alright, cool. Very good controls. You can press the down arrow key to attack. You can only attack while you're moving, however, so you have to build up a certain amount of speed before you can actually use the attack function. Now, this platform is too high for us to actually jump to, but what we can do is that we can wall jump. We can actually hang off the sides of walls right here, and then we can just jump off them in order to get additional height. And if you're wondering about these red symbols, those symbols do not hurt you, they are just stationary. You can actually wall jump off of them. I guess they're supposed to signify that the world is becoming corrupted, so they mostly just act like ceilings. So then we're gonna go into the next door over here in order to go to the next room. We can break this wall by attacking it. There are some enemies that we will encounter later on. There's not really a huge array of enemies in this game. Like, there's not a whole lot of variety. Like, there's like little fishes that you'll encounter later on, and then of course there are these valves that emit what I presume is steam. Like, you'll notice those little Y symbols, and then they release some other white symbols. I presume that is steam or gas or something. And that red stuff I presume is lava or water, but either way, it will kill you if you touch it, so don't touch it. We're gonna try and break down this wall right here. Then what we gotta do is that we have to try and jump across this. Yeah, we have to avoid banging our heads into the little platforms right here. These platforms are gonna fall if we hang on them for too long. Okay, we just have to go now. Wow, okay, I didn't even jump there. What even was that? I'm pretty sure I hit the jump button too. Alright, well that's great. I'm already sucking. Very nice indeed. Well, yeah, you have infinite lives in this game, by the way, and when you die, you just go back to the start of the room. I'm not sure why exactly I didn't jump right at this point, because I could have sworn I hit the up arrow, but whatever. We still made it through anyway. Now, when you die, I believe it shows you the exact platform that you fell off of before you died. Like, if I hit this platform right here, it falls into the water. Yeah, and then it shows that that little platform is all redded out, or it has red lines going through it now. That's like the one platform that I failed on. Those little alpha symbols in the water right there, those are the fish, and they try to snap at you. And you don't want them to do that. You don't want them to snap at your groin, even though this @ symbol doesn't have a groin. But basically, they work in a similar manner as the fish robots from the classic Sonic games. That's the best way I can describe them. They'll just jump out of the water and try to lunge at you. Or I guess they're also kind of like the fireballs from Super Mario Brothers. But anyway, on to the next room here. Yeah, the first few rooms are pretty simple. We will be getting introduced to keys later on, and the keys in this game take form of a female symbol, or the symbol for the female gender, because I guess the developer just thought that that symbol resembled a key the most. I have no idea, honestly. It'll show you where the spikes are going to appear. That's what the exclamation marks mean. As you can see, they take a little while to appear. Okay, that was just like a jerk move. That just appeared right out of nowhere. None of these hazards actually move in tandem with one another, so they all kind of follow their own cycles. And that's what can make these levels a bit tricky sometimes, because since they all don't move in tandem with one another, and they all get activated at different times, it's kind of difficult to time. Like, when exactly are you supposed to move? I think I'm gonna move right now. Oh boy. Oh, there we are. Okay, good. I got through the spikes here. Yeah, so the hazards will constantly desync with one another. I don't know if that's the intended behavior, maybe it is, but there will be some instances where you'll have to wait for a hazard to be activated and then deactivate before you can actually get through. Also, that door with the red gear on it, you'll remember that for later, that is a locked door, and we need a key in order to get through it. Oh my god, I just almost ran right into the spikes there. Let me just try and break this wall down. Try and break the wall down. Can I just, like, jump all the way? Yeah, okay. I don't even need to land on the little platforms in the water. Could have just avoided them altogether. Yeah, so that right there is the key. It's being guarded by this enemy over here, which I somehow managed to get past. Yeah, everything kills me in one hit, just so you know. Or everything kills you in just one hit in this game, because, you know, maybe you guys are gonna want to play this after. And, yeah, I should also, show this off, too. If you've already grabbed a key after you've died, well, I guess this kind of looks more like an ancient relic as well. I guess maybe that closely resembles a key in the ASCII font. But aside from that, if you've already collected a key after you've died, you get to keep the key. The key's position will not reset if you've already collected it, so don't need to worry about that. You just need to get back to the other door now. You gotta get back to the red door over here. Just gotta wait for all these spikes to go. Get out of my way, please. There we are. Then we'll just open up this door. And then we have all these hearts that we can collect. These will also not reset once we grab them. We got a little bit of a tricky platforming section right here. Gotta go and grab the hearts and also the key. And we might also need that heart as well. And, okay, of course, that one freaking... Okay, come on now. Come on now. Get out of here, please. That one tiny fish had to get me, but as you can see, I still have all my hearts anyway. I'm not entirely sure what the point of the hearts is exactly. I almost ran right into that again. Hang on, let me try making a mad dash to the exit over here. Very nice indeed. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what the point of the hearts is exactly. I'm not really sure what they do. I guess maybe they kind of act like keys in a way. Like they're meant to knock down barriers that may have a key lying behind them. Hang on a second, I'm gonna go and try and get this key over here. Right, so I could probably just take a death here then. So I can just go all the way back, yeah, all the way back over to the spawn area. Okay, and then I think what I want to do is I want to go over here. I want to go this way. I also don't know why there's just a random door out of bounds over there, but that's not really important. I just need to wait for all the steam to get out of here. At least I presume that's steam. And then we just land right here, I believe. Okay, yes, that's nice. Yeah, it also does show you the dashes that are coming out of this one in particular, because it shows you that there's just basically a gigantic wall that will kill you if you run into it. Okay, I think I should go on this cycle right here. Yeah, let's go. Let's go! Okay, there we are. We made it through. We made it on through. Right, so this one in particular, okay, I didn't know that was going to turn on. Okay, I think I want to go right about now. Oh, geez. Okay, well, I almost grabbed it. I almost grabbed it. Okay, come on here. See, this is what I mean, though. It's like you have to wait for this to get out of the way first. Okay, why did the platforms not respawn? I had already died. Well, actually, I think that is some problem that I encountered before. Like, sometimes when I die and I hit one of these, like, these, falling platforms, they don't always get reset after you hit them. Like, if you hit them and then you suddenly die, sometimes their position doesn't always get reset. That can be kind of a pain at times. So this level right here introduces arrow launchers. So there's another hazard you have to avoid. Yeah, so this is around the point where the levels are going to start getting a lot more complicated. I should probably go right about now. There we go, very nice indeed. So, well, I probably could have gone there. Hang on a second. Is it only? Yeah, it's only arrows that I have to deal with. Very nice, just get through that. And then there's going to be some jumping alphas that I have to avoid, and also the spikes too. Probably be best if I didn't get my ass reamed by those as well. I'm gonna go now. I didn't jump there. I could have sworn I did. Okay, go over here. Go over here. Okay. Almost seems like when I died, it, like, paralyzes them sometimes. Why are they all shaking like that? I don't understand. What is that behavior all about? I'm gonna... Oh, okay, maybe I should not go now, actually. I should maybe go now. Yeah, you can also tell when the arrow launchers are about to get activated, because as you can see, they turn red right before they launch their arrows. That's how you know they're basically prepping up, preparing to launch their assault on your face. Okay, I should probably go right about now. Oh god, I can't even see. Yeah, see, well, I guess another problem here is that whenever you destroy something, the screen shakes violently, and that can be kind of disorienting at times, because I can't even tell what's happening over here. I'm trying to get this this key up here, but the screen is shaking so much that it's really hard to tell where exactly I am in time and space. I want to go now. There we go. You gotta duck. You gotta duck for cover. Gonna use this key to open up this place right over here. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, there's hazards all over the place. Well, I was gonna go and get that heart. There we go. Grab that heart. Yeah, I think the heart is meant to like open up that barrier up there. The one that opens up the place where I can go and get the heart, or the key, I should say. So you got to collect the hearts in order to unlock the way to the key, break down the barriers. So then we're gonna go inside this door. Well, I mean, there's just like one tiny enemy that we need to take care of over here. We can avoid him very easily. Apparently we can't avoid the spikes very easily, though. Yeah, and you'll also notice that the cycles of all these hazards don't it doesn't reset when you die either, so sometimes you still gotta wait for them anyway. And as I've mentioned in the past, I sometimes do not have the patience for waiting. I just want to get on through. I just want to break on through to the other side. Okay, well this seems like it's gonna lead back to another door, where I'm gonna have to come back here. I should mention that this game has absolutely no music whatsoever. It's mostly just sound effects. Kinda like it if maybe there was at least a little bit of music here. Okay, hang on a second. I'm gonna try and see if I can make it on through. Okay, that's like a save point. That's a save point. That's not a save point. Okay, well, I somehow made it through anyway. Okay, yeah, I do see the key over there. Oh my god. All sorts of launchers. I don't know if I should stop right now, just because I would like to move on to the next game here, but just try and grab this key, and then maybe take a death on purpose here, just so I can go back to the door, because I'm still gonna have the key with me anyway. And then the only problem is that I have to get on back through to the other side. So essentially, some of these levels you'll have to revisit, and you'll have to complete them in reverse. Yeah, it seems like the only enemy that actually, like, freezes in place when you get hit is the little, like O enemy over here. The one with the mouth, I guess you could say. But everything else just keeps on animating. That's kind of the thing that I don't understand. Yeah, I need to go down this way. Where exactly does this lead? Because I'm not entirely sure if I'm getting close to the end of the game or not. I mean, this game was developed in just 48 hours, because that was the entire point of Ludum Dare. You only have a 48-hour time limit to develop your game. Okay, well that was like the easiest room so far. What exactly is going on with this symbol? This symbol keeps on changing from like a foreign letter, like a Scandinavian letter, to a normal 0. What exactly does that mean? What does that indicate? Because I don't quite understand. Okay, well I should just jump right now. Oh boy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, I probably could have hugged the wall for a while, if I was better at button mashing at least. Okay, that seemed to be pretty okay. What exactly is going on here? Well, I just got hit in the face with an arrow as soon as I collected that heart. Oh, okay, that's good. I didn't even see the little fish down there either. Get out of my way, please. Wow. Okay, fine, I'll go this way and grab the... Never mind, I guess I'm not gonna go that way either, because these arrows are like intelligent. Oh my god, dude, come on! Like, I'm not even like mistiming this on purpose. It's like, okay, there, I at least got the heart. There, I got 2 of them. But what's the point of getting the other hearts then? Oh my god, dude, every time I go to jump, a fish jumps up and like blocks me off. Oh my god! What the hell? I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear. Okay, how exactly am I gonna get into this tiny little crevice here? Because it almost seems like there's just a small little gap I have to get through. Okay, well, I mean, I did get through it. Go in the door. Oh, did I save the world? All the glitch symbols are in color now. Whoa, wait, what? What's happening? Is my little @ symbol guy like crying now? Hey, look at that. He's emitting like little tears. What is going on here? Oh wait, what is this? Does that indicate how many times I died? @ symbol 61. I died 61 times. I guess we beat the game. I don't know why he's crying, but I guess it was a very traumatic experience, and he's just glad it's over now. I do not have a single clue what that was all about, but I guess we beat the game, guys, so there we go. That's peace. A somewhat difficult Super Meat Boy style platformer with a bit of an old school aesthetic, but that's really all there is to say about it. I definitely see some speedrunning potential in this. Maybe I can replay it just to see if I can get lesser deaths. Anyway, I guess we'll just move on to the next game because that ended rather abruptly. Right, so the next game on my list here is a game called Sheet Music Editor Shm'up. That's a bit of a mouthful, and I'll probably shorten it when I go and title the video, but there's a bit of a plot here. Hang on a second, I have to reset that again because I wasn't paying attention to it, and it kind of scrolls quickly. I was expecting a quiet day in front of my sheet music editor. I was going to compose a suite in D minor, the saddest of all keys. The suite would have made both Mozart and Beethoven envious. All of a sudden, evil aliens from the deepest part of space attacked and tried to destroy my creativity. There was nothing I could do but defend myself in the world. Sheet music editor Shm'up, a game by Londonderry 41 by Matthias Olsen. I'm probably butchering your name, and I apologize if I am. Controls, those are the controls. Just read them for yourself. Let's begin. Okay, let's go then. Alright, so how exactly does this game work? Well, it's a sheet music editor, and it's also a shoot-'em-up. Oh god, I already forgot the controls. Okay, you press Z. You press Z to fire bullets here. So, the way this game works is that you can move through all the lines in the sheet music over here. You have to be careful though, because you can actually fall right off the sheet of music, and I guess I could demonstrate it right here. Yeah, as you can see, you can just fall into the void. But thankfully, you do get this kind of funky track that plays when you do get a game over. So yeah, you press the Z key to shoot bullets, and you have no limit as to how many bullets you can fire. Now, you can also change forms. You can choose between a whole note, a half note, a quarter note, and an eighth note. Now, what exactly are the differences between all the different notes? Well, some forms increase the amount of damage that you can deal. Also, those hearts up there will replenish your health, because your health will deplete over time. Well, your health only depletes when you get hit by enemies. So the different forms that you can turn into does control how much damage you can take to enemies, or you can do to enemies, I should say. And certain forms will also allow you to jump higher. For instance, you can get the highest amount of jump with the whole note in particular. So I can just demonstrate it right here. As you can see, yeah, you kind of fling up into the air. Also, every time you fire a bullet, your score will deplete, and every time you move through the lines, your score will increase. I don't exactly know why. There's not really any way to control the height of your jump if you're playing as any of the notes. Yeah, so the eighth note in particular has basically the least amount of damage that it can deal, and it can't even jump, actually, because if you press, well, it can barely jump. If you press the up arrow key, it can barely get off the line here, as you can see. Yeah, so I do want to grab these hearts, because it will replenish my health here. Yeah, you don't want to get hit by the enemies as well. This is really not working out very well. Wow, I just, like, jumped into the enemy. Yeah, I don't really like the fact that you have to restart the entire game every single time you die. I don't really get that, honestly. I mean, there's not really anything else to say about this. You can pretty much create music while you destroy spaceships that look like something straight out of an 80s arcade game. Now, as you progress through different waves of enemies, though, there will be these other lines that will be introduced to you, and you can hang on to those. These kind of lines that are just kind of floating above the sheet music. Above the normal lines, that is. Not entirely sure what their purpose is exactly. I do like how the game is physics-based, though. Physics-based pixels. And as far as I'm aware, the enemy patterns are random every single time. They never attack you in a discernible pattern. It's just completely random. It's all procedurally generated. Also, enemies cannot hit the stem of your note. I should also mention that. They'll just phase right through it. Okay, how about I try going to the bottom over here just to see what I can do? Yeah, this is basically just a very simple score attack game. You just shoot random hordes of enemies that come at you from time to time. And the game doesn't really get progressively harder as it goes on, mostly because, again, it's just procedurally generated and they attack you in random patterns. Like, even their locations are completely random, so yeah, don't really know what else to say about this one, guys. It's just like a very simple score attack game that lasts indefinitely as far as I'm aware. It doesn't end at any point in time. I don't understand why you would even want to play as the 8th note. Like, the 8th note can barely even jump at all. And it does the least amount of damage to enemies, because look how many bullets I have to fire at them in order for them to actually get killed. Why would you ever want to play as an 8th note? It's just completely useless. At least with the whole note, see, you can fire like rest notes at them, and they appear to do the most amount of damage. You appear to have, like, the maximum possible damage output with the whole node in particular. Look how high it can jump, too. It can jump, like, 50 feet into the air. Yeah, so I don't really have anything else to say about this, guys. Just a music node blasting 8-bit spaceships that just attack you in completely random patterns at completely random speeds, too, so not really much else to say here. But I just wanted to show this off because I thought it looked interesting. Thought it just had a bit of an interesting concept. I guess it's fun to play for maybe 5 minutes or so, but you'll probably get bored of it real quickly and you'll want to move on to something else. And speaking of which, let's just move on to the last game because I have nothing more to say about this. It's mostly just mindless shooting, honestly. And the last game in today's set is called Vyperspace. Now this is probably the most interesting one out of them all. This game is a mashup of 2 classic games from decades ago, Asteroids and Snake, and it's also a roguelike, so I guess there's that element as well. So quick instructions: cursors to slither, X to shoot, avoid rocks, shoot to split them, collect ore to grow snake, longer tail equals more bullets, and trails indicate direction. So we press X to begin here. I'm not entirely sure what this glitch effect going through the screen is exactly. So this is a turn-based game. Your snake does not move automatically. It'll only move once you tap one of the directional keys. So we can just start slithering around here and eventually some asteroids will pop up. So you do need to pay attention to the trails because the trails will indicate which direction they are going. You can press the X key to fire a bullet, and much like asteroids, the objective is to, well, destroy the asteroids. When you destroy an asteroid, it'll drop an ore. Well, not all the time, but sometimes it will. Hopefully it does it right here. Yeah, it does. These little blue orbs right here are ores. You have to eat the ores because these will cause your snake to grow. And the longer your snake is, the more bullets you will be able to shoot. Of course, just like classic Snake, you need to avoid running into yourself because that is an instant game over. Oh my god, this asteroid in particular dropped a whole bunch of ores. Now, the little asteroid chunks can only kill you if they run into the head of the snake. If they just hit the tail, that will not kill them. What's also interesting is that the ores can also destroy the asteroids. So if you time it properly, you can get a bit of a chain reaction going. Oh my god, and I am getting a chain reaction going. Holy crap, dude, everything's like getting destroyed here. What is going on? Yeah, it's also worth noting that the ores don't actually have to hit the head of the snake in order for it to grow. If it hits the side of you, then your snake will just grow anyway. Okay, so let's just slither around here because I'm not entirely sure where these ores are going. Oh my god, dude. Just chain reactions everywhere. Chain reactions aplenty. Yeah, so I gotta make sure not to accidentally run into myself, otherwise that's like an instant game over. Jeez, dude, they're still getting destroyed here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be able to avoid that, though. Here we go, just got another ore here. So I can fire some more bullets now, if I wish. Oh boy. Yeah, I have to look at the trails. Oh yeah, also, the asteroids can collide with themselves too. That will also cause them to get destroyed. That little asteroid chunk ran right through my tail, and it caused the tail to get destroyed, but I'm still alive. So as long as it doesn't collide with me head on, then I'll be okay. I guess I could also let these ores fly away as well. Because, I mean, if it is possible for them to destroy asteroids, yeah, there we go, we can get more chain reactions going. If you're going to try and shoot the asteroids from the side, you have to shoot them when they're, like, about 3 or 4 units away from you. Otherwise, your bullet's just gonna completely miss. Okay, I'm not gonna go that way, because then the asteroid chunk's gonna come flying towards me. Yeah, this is also good as well, because if the asteroids are disintegrating into just ores, then there's no risk of the smaller chunks colliding with me. Here we go, I'm gonna move upwards, because the ores only ever move diagonally. That's the only direction that they can move in, if I'm not mistaken. I think the ores will disappear after a while, because one thing you'll notice is that as they're bouncing around, their centers become hollowed out, which I believe means they are about to despawn. Okay, there we go, we got like 3 more ores again, but they're all... Yeah, see, that's kind of the problem. Actually moving towards them is a bit of a pain because they only ever move diagonally. And once again, there is absolutely no music in this game except for the music that plays on the title screen. And once again, there isn't really anything more to say about this. It's just another simple little score attack game, but I certainly like the premise. I like the combination of 2 classic arcade titles because I feel like it works especially well here. It works surprisingly well. I didn't think I would ever want to play an asteroid-themed Snake game, but it's a combination that does work surprisingly well. And that's coming from a person who isn't really the biggest fan of Snake. And as with sheet music editor Shm'up, this game is endless. It just goes on up until you die. So the only goal here is that you're just trying to get a high score. It never actually ends. Yeah, there we go. I ran into myself and then the game just ends instantly. So you do need to be careful. You can't just recklessly hit the arrow keys. Otherwise, you may end up moving back into yourself and you just get obliterated instantly. Anyway, this is where I'm gonna end things off for now, guys. So those were 3 Ludum Dare 41 entries: Peace, Sheet Music Editor Shm'up, and Vyperspace. I would probably say that Vyperspace is the best one out of all of them. Sheet Music Editor Shm'up is fun to play for a few minutes, but it gets boring pretty quickly because it mostly involves shooting aimlessly at ships, and even though there are different forms that you can morph into, like whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, and eighth notes, I don't feel like there's any reason to even change your shape. I mean, sure, some shapes allow you to jump higher, which I guess is useful considering the eighth note can barely even jump at all, and the bullets of some notes do more damage than others, but there doesn't appear to be any real strategy to the game. It seems like the only real skill you need in order to take down all of the enemies in that game is button mashing. It really doesn't feel like you can come up with a smart strategy to take down all of the enemies. For the most part, it seems to involve just jumping and shooting at enemies that randomly appear on the screen, and it becomes tedious very quickly. It doesn't feel like I'm accomplishing anything, aside from making my score counter go up, which I never really cared about in the first place. Peace is by far a much better game. I was expecting it to be a lot more difficult, but it seems like whenever you grab important items and you end up dying, you don't actually lose those items. They don't reset back to their initial location, so you get to keep them, which I guess makes the game a bit more accessible, but I kind of feel like that makes the game a bit too easy at times. I mean, none of the levels in that game are that huge anyway. They all occupy just one screen. Well, I mean, the layouts of the levels occupy just one screen. Not every single level in the game is visible on just one screen, but when you do transition to a new level, you'll be able to see the entire layout because of how small it is. So even if I do end up dying, it wouldn't take that long to get back to where I previously was if I just start back at the beginning of the room. That's not to say it isn't difficult, because it certainly gets challenging in the later levels, but I feel like the fact that you get to keep important items even after dying takes a bit of the challenge out of the game. I'm also not a really huge fan of how abruptly it ends either, but Vyperspace is probably my most favorite one, mainly because it's turn-based. You can plan out moves ahead of time, which I don't remember if that's how the original Snake worked. I don't believe that's how it worked, because I'm pretty sure that in the original Snake, your Snake was constantly slithering and the only thing you could do was control the direction in which it was heading. But I could be wrong about that, because I don't remember. But this one is actually quite fun, and I especially like the fact that you can cause chain reactions by blowing up the asteroids. Like how when the asteroids break apart, the smaller fragments can collide with other asteroids, and even the ores that some of the asteroids emit can destroy other ones as well. And when there's a lot of asteroids on screen, because I think the amount of asteroids does increase over time, you can create gigantic chain reactions, and then ores will just spill out all over the place, and you'll be able to extend the length of your Snake significantly. That sentence will be taken completely out of context by at least someone. You can use the ores to your advantage, like if you just want to avoid them and you want to have them kind of bounce around and destroy all the other asteroids on screen, just kind of clear the screen for you, then you can do that. There's something about that that instills an odd feeling of gratification within me, so definitely try out Vyperspace for sure, because this is by far the most polished one that I've played today. Peace is also not bad as well, but I just wish it was a little bit harder. And Sheet Music Editor Shm'up, I mean, it's fun to play for a little while, but it gets tedious pretty quickly because it doesn't feel like there's a great deal of things you can mess around with in that game. It's mostly just jumping around and shooting everything that is thrown towards you, and that only remains interesting for so long. I just wish the developer had done a bit more with it, that's all. Anyway, the links to all 3 of these games are in the description if you want to try them out for yourselves. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video I make. Later!